Hi everyone, Scott Laing here, and this is a video about Astro auctions, and I would like to hopefully explain some of the things that go on with Astro auctions so that when we get some more items on here that SFI is going to add, like real physical items like TVs and blenders and whatever else I want to do, it's going to be easier if you understand them when you try to sign people up who want to play the auctions. So the first thing about this auction is that these are kind of like silent auctions. And silent auctions are where people will bid on something and nobody knows what they bid. So for example, if they have an art piece or something like that, they will place their bid, what they want to pay for it, in an envelope, a sealed envelope. And then when that time limit for that auction is over, it could be in the same day, could be in a week or two, depending on how long people want this auction to go. But once the time limit is up, all the bids are opened and the highest bid wins the auction, and whoever won it has to pay that price for the auction. So Astro auctions are kind of similar like that, but instead of putting on a price we want to pay, we're going to put in the number of T credits that we're going to spend, which are our bids. So you need T credits obviously to bid in these auctions. So on the screen right now you see is the Astro auction page, and you can see that we have about 4 rows of auctions right now, and most of these are really good for SFI affiliates, not for personally referred membership, but it will get there. We have different stages. We have boarding and we have fueling, and the fueling stage is where you can bid on any auction you want. You can also do that at the boarding stage. They still allow bids to be placed. Once the boarding stage is complete, the auction is over and the winners are determined and the prizes are given out. So let's go over some of the rules for Astro auctions, and we'll click on this box here. And I would suggest you read these. It explains how to bid on an auction, and I'll go over that. There are constellation prizes in every single auction. You can win rewardical tokens, daily crown entries, Versa points, and matches or moves for Blackjack or Grand Master Poker. And there are going to be more constellation prizes added in the future. For every T credit that you earmark for constellation prizes, and I'll show you that in a moment, you are guaranteed at least 10 rewardical tokens, probably more, and 2 other random constellation prizes. There's a quantum prize, and if you win that prize, which is another constellation prize, if your name is drawn, you are going to win the item you were bidding on if you haven't already won it. Pick the bid contest is where you can enter what you think the winning bid will be, and if you are the winner, you can win 500 rewardical tokens. The Rocket Box Jackpot is a draw for every auction for 1,000 rewardical tokens, and that is a random drawing as long as you've entered with at least 1 T credit. Supernova Jackpot is where 1,000 rewardical tokens are added to each auction, and there is a drawing made every single auction, but if nobody wins it, and I'm not sure what the rules are exactly on how they determine a winner, but if nobody wins the jackpot, then that rolls over and the next auction has another 1,000 rewardical tokens added to it. I've seen one go as high as 17,000 tokens. Okay, tiebreakers. Understand these tiebreakers. There are 2 kinds of tiebreakers. One for if 2 or more people have the same bid for the highest bid on an auction, and one for if they have the same or closest bid on pick the bid contest. And the ones people seem to not understand is tiebreaker number 2. It's the oldest winner. So in the case of the highest bid for an auction, the win will be awarded to the bidder who has gone the longest without winning an Astro auction. In the case of pick the bid, the win will be awarded to the bidder who's gone the longest without winning the pick the bid contest. And for those new people, and if you don't have any tea credits and you want to get some, enter your tea time contest every day. You can explain that to your PRNs. You can enter up to 18 times a day until you win. You can do that every day. If you do win, you get 2 free tea credits. Okay, let's go back now to the auctions. And this is how you're going to place a bid. And we will start with 1 tea credit. So I'm going to bid on this particular auction. I'm going to put in 1 tea credit as a minimum. When I go to the next page, I'm only allowed to spend 1 tea credit on a constellation prize because that's all I placed on my first screen, which was 1. And it says here, my current bid will earn you a minimum 10 rewardable tokens, plus you will win 2 other random draws. If you don't win this auction with 1 tea credit, 0 tea credits will automatically be returned to your account. I'll show you what happens when you bid more than that. When you hit continue, you can then put in a bid or what you think the winning bid will be in this particular auction. It doesn't cost you any extra, and you have a chance to win 100 rewardable tokens. So that's what you're bidding here. That's the number that you're entering there is what you think the final or highest winning bid will be. So let's go back now, and let's say we put in 1,000 tea credits. Now, just so you know, up here it says how many tea credits you have in your account. You cannot bid more than what's in your account. So I could not bid more than 1,069. If I bid 1,070, it shouldn't let me. Oh, it might let me. If I bid 1,100. But I'm only going to be able to bid what I can. That's interesting. So we're going to bid 1,000 tea credits. Just ignore that. Hit the continue button. So now you see that my default is 1,000 tea credits that I can receive on constellation prizes. That's the default because that's what I bid on the previous screen. But I can change that. I can go down as low as 1. So what that means is that I only want to have 1 tea credit used for constellation prizes. That bid of 1 tea credit, I will win at least 10 rewardable tokens, probably more, plus a couple of other prizes. And if I don't win the auction, 999 tea credits will be returned to my account. Okay, I can change this to whatever number I want. So if I put it to 469, that means I will spend 469 tea credits on this auction, regardless of whether I win it or not. I will spend it. But I will get 531 tea credits back. Well, probably 530 less 1. If I don't win the auction, my current bid will give me 4,690 rewardable tokens, minimum, probably more, and I'll get that many tea credits back. I can change this slider to whatever number I want. Okay, and if your mouse doesn't work very well, use your arrow bars. I'll go up by 1 at a time on your keyboard. Okay, so this determines how many tea credits you're willing to spend, and down there it'll tell you how many you're going to get back based on what you put in this screen here. So if I say 293 and 1,000, let's say I'll get 707 will be returned to my account. Then you can click continue, and that's where you can put in your free pick the bid entry. Okay. So fueling stage, what I was at, you're accepting bids. You can also bid on something in the boarding stage. It will still let you do that. Once it reaches the boarding stage, then that auction goes away, and the only way it's going to show up is if you actually bid on it and it says launch. So if you bid on an auction and it's finished boarding, when you come back here, you're going to see a green bar up here, and it's going to say the word launch, and you're going to click the launch button. Okay, here is an auction that I've reached my win limit on. You can still bid on something you've reached your win limit on. I've reached this limit, but I can bid 1 T credit on this particular auction so that I can win some constellation prizes. So even though I can't win the auction, I can win some constellation prizes. The maximum bid, though, is only 1 T credit. I cannot bid any more than 1 T credit. So if you've already reached your win limit on an auction, you can still bid on it and win some constellation prizes. This is your dashboard. This tells you how many auctions or flights you've entered. And if you want to replay how the auction worked, you can click the replay button for up to 7 days. These are auctions that are older than 7 days, so I cannot click the replay button. You have to actually watch an auction for 1 to 2 minutes and then claim your prizes at the end. If you don't claim your prizes at the end, you won't get them. You have 7 days to claim them. So once an auction is finished boarding, you'll get an email saying you can now launch your auction and watch it. And this is what it looks like. We'll replay this particular auction. And this will go from 1 to 2 minutes. And it'll list first up here are the top 20 bidders. So if you only bid 1 T credit, you probably won't be there. And it'll count down the top 20 from 20 down to 1. And along the way, you are going to see any prizes you've won. And here I won 3 rewardical tokens. So it'll go along and go along and go along until the auction's over. So you're probably going to win, for 1 T credit, you're going to win more than 10 rewardical tokens. You might win some VP, you're probably going to win some moves, and you might win, like this, a daily crown entry. So there's always something to win, even with 1 T credit. Here's some moves for Grandmaster Poker. And when they get down to the final 2 bidders, those 2 will show up on your screen. When you're finished watching this, what will come up at the bottom is what you have won, and a button will show up saying claim your winnings. Now that's not going to appear for me because I've already, oh no it did, there we go. So what would happen here is I would have a button here that says claim your winnings. I've already claimed them, so I can't claim them again. Okay? If you don't claim your winnings within 7 days, you lose them. So make sure you claim them. This is what I won. This is what other people won. I'll click the More Auctions button. And we're back here. The flight log is a list of all the auctions, they call them flights, that have occurred. If you know an auction number, you can key it in here and it'll go directly there. If you scroll down, you can see the winning bid on each type of auction right here. That can help you determine your pick the bid when you can scroll through here and see what previous auctions the highest bids were, and you can determine what bid you might want to place. This is an auction that I entered. These are the prizes I won, and I could replay it right here if I wanted to. Okay, so that's basically how the auctions work. So if you have any questions, I would like you to post them in the group, and then we can answer them as best we can. Keep in mind that Astro auctions are really designed for you to sell the auction to get PRMs to sign up. I wouldn't spend a lot of time trying to win them unless you want to save a lot of T credits and try and win something. You can if you want, but if you're just trying to build your business, just spending, let's say, 3 T credits a day, you'll be entered into 3 separate auctions, and you have 3 chances to win some of these constellation prizes. And that can get you some more rewardical tokens, more so than what you could win in price bender auctions. Thanks for asking, or thanks for watching. Sorry, if you have any questions, don't forget to ask us. We will do our best to answer them for you. I'm Scott, and that's SFI Today.